Hi, Darren Mangum here, securities attorney with the law firm of Mangum and Associates. I wanted to jump on here and talk about some of the updates to the securities laws. And I think I may have covered this on a few other videos, but it's always helpful to get an overview what the lay of the land is. I do have a summary chart that we came up with that really kind of summarizes the key differences between the various what we call exemptions from registration, and not only exemptions, but also like Regulation A is not technically an exemption; it's its own regulation, but for registering securities. But wanted just to go over, just hit the highlights of those points, and I'll put a link to this chart. It's a helpful chart to know the differences between these regulations, because it could be alphabet soup sometimes, knowing the differences. But there's been some key changes over the past little while. The main update is adding the addition to the description of an accredited investor has changed a little bit. They've added a few categories to what is an accredited investor that you may be aware of. The key one is that if the person is a broker-dealer or an investment has a securities license, those people are considered now to be accredited investors. And so those are some of the key changes of that. But just as a broad overview, currently, basically, you're looking at whenever you're raising capital, you're going to be probably 99.9% of the time, you're going to be looking at Regulation D, as in David, or you're looking at Regulation crowdfunding, or you're going to be looking at Regulation A. And there's a few others that we won't get into, but those are the main key differences. Obviously, Regulation D is most 90% of your private equity capital is being done under Regulation D. And under Regulation D, you're either going to be doing 506B, which is your private offering. You take up to 35 non-accredited investors, unlimited number of accredited, as long as you keep it private. There's no social media, no public advertising, but the investors get to self-certify, and so that's nice. They self-certify their status, so that's a big advantage of 506B. 506C, social media, game on. Go ahead and advertise, take out an ad in the Wall Street Journal, do a Super Bowl ad, anything, sky's the limit, right? As long as you've directed it to accredited investors only, and as long as you verify that your investors are in fact accredited at the time that they invest. So that is important to realize. Some people skip that verification, and that's a big no-no. You got to verify that those people are accredited. They can't just say that they're accredited, like under 506B, right? And so both 506B, 506C, all under that Regulation D umbrella. The nice thing about it is they can. There's no cap on the amount you can raise, unlimited amount, right? The other exemption, Regulation crowdfunding, is becoming more and more popular. We've got a lot of people doing that, but the main limitation, because they allow for non-accredited people. Again, the main problem with but the main thing with Regulation crowdfunding is that you have to have it's a capped at $5 million. No more than $5 million every 12 months, and also you've got to route it through I can't just take it direct from the investors. I got to go through a crowdfunding portal. So those are the two things to keep in mind for Regulation crowdfunding. Self-provide full disclosure, same as Regulation D. I mean, PPM is required in any case. And so anyway, and then we're left with Regulation A. Well, obviously Regulation A is a fully registered offering. It takes 6 months to get it done. Sometimes you can get it done sooner, but most of the time not. I know the sun's doing this weird thing. I think the sun's setting over here, but I got this weird stripe going on. Anyway, the Regulation A, raise up to 75 million. You've got to register with the SEC. These other exemptions I've been talking about, regulation crowdfunding, regulation D, they can be done within 30 days as long as you've got your disclosures done and all that, then you're good to go. Regulation A is not so fast. You've got to register that with the SEC, and again, it takes a while. It's like 4 to 5 times as expensive, but it's an avenue, right? And if you're taking your company public, if you're planning on doing that sometime soon, then Regulation A is certainly the way to go. Certainly other exemptions that are not on my little chart, but Section 4A2 is one that gets widely ignored, and that's your statutory private offering exemption. Sometimes people don't want their competitors to know that they're raising money, and they don't want to have to file a Form D or do any of that, and so they're doing it under the radar. Section 4A2 is certainly a good example. It doesn't require filing a Form D. Still to provide full disclosure, but again, doesn't have that requirement. Again, I'm gonna attach a summary of those exemptions in the description here. I'm also going to end this video before the sun gets into my eyes here. But if there's anything we can help you with, certainly reach out to us at Mangum & Associates. You can reach out to us. Mangumlaw.net is our main website, or you can email me directly at darren@mangumlaw.net. You can also, if this is helpful to you, feel free to share this and like and subscribe. But you can also call us if it's something that you need help with, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.